Hey YouTube, Matty's8012, Team JMT, coming to you guys with another deck profile. I've been playing some meta decks here recently, wind-ups at the end of the format, at the beginning of this format also. Chaos Dragons for a while. I've been playing Mermills here recently, but I like stun. I like control. I like being able to set the pace, and I like the ability to earn my advantage as opposed to just taking my advantage. Stuff like Mermills, they search for 2/3 of their deck. They just take their advantage. They just gain cards and gain cards and gain cards. With a deck like this, you have to earn what you do. You don't just get to sack into just so. Well, I mean you do, but you don't get to just sack into everything and just just have all of this advantage just because of the cards. You have to actually pay attention to what you're doing and earn what you gain. So I enjoy this deck a lot more because that is my play style. So it is Macro Rabbit, and I've got a couple tech cards in here, so you guys will have to listen to me babble about my tech cards in just a little bit. But first, let's get into the obvious stuff. Double Rescue Rabbit. Your normal monsters, yeah, they are what they are. Guaibas, Guaiba is really good. Guaiba really is like playing additional rescue rabbits. There's so much stuff that he gets over, and he immediately gives you a Logi or Doka or really any rank 4 that you need. He really is literally like playing extra rescue rabbits. Double Tour Guide. I feel like that's the best way to go right now. I don't really feel like any of the options that we have to play Night Assailant or Dark Mimic level 3 or anything like that, I really don't feel like they're good enough by themselves to play as targets. I really feel like your best option is to play Double Tour Guide and just be it. But that's for another video, I guess. Now, at this point, where most players would go would be Double Card D. I don't have those. I've gotten rid of all my Card Ds here recently, and I just don't have any. So what I'm doing instead of the Double Card D, where the Card D would gain you 1 card, gain you a 1+ advantage, I'm actually running Double Spirit Reaper. I understand people have been playing that in this deck for a while. However, what I'm wanting to do with this, where Card D gains you the instant +1, I've found that a lot of people don't have answers to Spirit Reaper without using Dark Hole, and they just don't want to use their Dark Hole on your Spirit Reaper unless they're able to push for game afterwards. And that doesn't always seem to happen when a deck like this, where you're running so much back row. So what ends up happening is Spirit Reaper ends up sitting there for several turns, 2 to 3 turns, and allows you to draw card after card after card without fear of losing him. So he gains you advantage just because he becomes a really nice wall. Not to mention that he eats up Solemn Warnings, and with them only having 1 now, if they eat up a Solemn Warning on an attack position Spirit Reaper that you summon, that opens up that play for Rescue Rabbit and for Guaiba and everything. So Spirit Reaper puts in work. You guys, if you don't have Card Ds, you really need to try that card out in this deck. Now, this card, there's been a lot of debate about this card. If you guys know me, my personal bouncer, Neospacian Grandmo, is probably my favorite card, and this is an easily number 2, if not fight for the number 1 spot, and that's Doom Caliber Knight. Now, Doom Caliber Knight, for whatever reason, I don't really understand the whole debate on whether you should or shouldn't play it. I feel like this card is really good in this format. I feel like this card is really good in a lot of matchups that you have right now. I understand he dies to effect Valor and Maxi, but let's face it, guys, there's really not that many decks that are main decking those right now. So if you're not Chaos Dragons or Frog Monarchs, you're not main decking that stuff right now. And sure, Doom Cal dies to those, but they're not popular enough to really worry about. In the Fire Fist matchup, they have to get rid of their bear and their back row that they have to tribute. That's 2 cards that they have to use to get past Doomcow in the Mermill matchup. Now, we were playtesting, me and Taylor Pogue were playtesting my Dino Rabbit against his Mermills. Well, actually it was my Mermills, but anyway, we were playtesting Mono Mermill against this, and what ends up happening is I summon Doomcow turn 1. he has no answer to Doomcow without negging himself 2 to 3 cards. And let me explain to you guys exactly how that works. Doomcow on board, he has to reveal Megalo for his effect and discard 2 cards. Doomcow is then going to tribute to negate the Megalo. So now he's gotten rid of 3 cards to get rid of my 1 Doomcow. If it's Abystus, he's summoned Abystus, discards the card, Doomcow triggers to negate the Abystus. That's 2 cards that he has to get rid of Doomcow. Abyss Spike. Abyss Spike, discard the card to activate his effect. Doomcow triggers and negates. That's his 2 cards to my 1. Now, in a situation like that, that is, the result of it is, turn 1, I still have 5 cards. I still have access to 5 cards minus my 1 Doomcow that got destroyed, for his effect. I still have 5 cards if it's Abystus or Abyss Spike to his 4. If it's Abyss Megalo, then my opponent only has 3 cards for resources where I have 5. At that point, you should start winning this game. So this guy makes so many good plays. He gains you so much advantage, and that's part of what I'm talking about as far as gaining advantage as opposed to just taking advantage. So now let's get into the spell cards. Double Pot of Duality, it's just consistency. Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, because that's the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Triple Lance, a card, like I said, it's lost a lot of popularity, but I still think it's really, really good. Triple MST, mainly for the Mermill matchup. They activate Abyss Sphere, I chain MST, they don't get their stuff. So, yeah. Spells are pretty standard. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary in there. Maybe Book of Moon should be. I don't know. But, yeah. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, Starlight Road. I still hate Starlight Road with a passion. I feel like it is such a bad play. It makes for such an obvious play, and I really do not like playing Starlight Road because it is such an obvious play. However, when I summon a Logia and set 4 back row, I don't care how obvious that is extremely hard to deal with. It may be completely obvious that I have Starlight Road or Solemn Judgment set, but it is still extremely hard to deal with at that situation. So yeah, it's an obvious play, but it's a good one. Double Macro, I was trying out 3, but you really don't need it because you get into them with the Pot of Dualities. So yeah. Triple Fiendish Chain. I can't run Effect Veilers. Well, I guess I could, but I don't run Effect Veilers because of the Macrocosmos. I have a couple cards that conflict anyway with Monster Reborn and whatnot, so I don't want any more cards than that. It hurts consistency when you do that. So Fiendish Chain is my effect negation of choice, and I really like this card. I really think this card needs to get more play. It is too good. Double Bottomless. I like Bottomless as opposed to the Torrential. I don't know. I like removing monsters. It makes for better Dark World matchups to begin with as far as game 1. And Double Deprison. More removal. So that is my trap lineup. So now let's get into the extra deck. If you do resolve your Starlight Road, you then get your Stardust Dragon for an additional negation, which is always nice. Double Logia. Logia is Solemn Judgment on legs, and he's good because you can attack for 24 and still negate everything. Double Doka. 1 Shockmaster. You don't really get this off very often. But I really think you still need to have it in there just for the times that you are able to make him. It seems like every time that I've had a chance to make him, it's involved Guaiba for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so Shockmaster. Maestro, this guy is popping up at all of the top tables right now, it seems. I've seen some people that are actually main decking 2 of them, which is good stuff because this guy is really broken by himself too. Abyss Dweller, another card that's been popping up in 2s just for the water matchup. I feel like that's going to fall off though whenever Ophion comes out. But anyway, Abyss Dweller is needed. Photon Papilloperative. Cowboy. Part of the reason why I don't have space for 2 Dweller or 2 Maestroke is because I'm main decking a number 50 Black Ship of Corn. I really like that card. It's a great out to Zen mains and to Gotchi and stuff like that. I really like the card. If I was to go to a regional or whatnot, I don't know that I'd play that. It would probably be a second Abyss Dweller, but yeah, while I'm playing around here at locals, that's going to be there because I like that. Levier, make additional rabbit plays. Acid Golem because he's big. Zen mains because he does stuff, and Leviathan because he gets big. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is the extra deck. So welcome back to the world of Stun, Matty Daddy 12. So yeah, this is my Stun deck of choice for right now. I don't know, guys. I really enjoy earning my advantage. I really enjoy, earning the stuff that I do, where most decks, like I said, just kind of take their advantage, just kind of take what's given to them and just kind of do what they do. And this, I actually get to set the pace of the game. I actually get to control what my opponent's doing and whatnot. So yeah, this is Dino Rabbit, Matty's Daddy 12 style. I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.